Atmosphere in here.
This is a great atmosphere. This is Richard Solomon, and I'm here with the legendary Denny Laine. So thank you, first of all, for spending some time with me.
That's very my pleasure, absolutely.
So,
Thank you, Richard.
so you played an awesome set with so much heart. You know what I love about you? You play with so much feeling, and I love the stories behind the music. I mean, I love that.
Well, it's so nice to be able to tell them now. You know, because the way things came together song-wise, me and Paul would write a song a certain way. It's nice to share it with people, and it's fun, and people laugh and they feel part of it. You know, that's the main thing to me. It's just as important as the music, if you want to know the truth. But I don't like to talk too much. It's more about the music, really.
Yeah, but the music is great, but we have to ask, like, you know how children ask questions. Where do songs come from? Seriously, like a 5 says, where do
look around you. Look around you. That's where they come from. You know, if you're giving some kind of an idea or theme to write towards, like that bar there, those people, you can write a song about it because it's in your head. You know, you're looking and you put words down. Like anything else, you take notes and then you piece them together the best way as you can. Like as much like an old English poem as possible, right? With the exact amount of words and the right amount of saying. And then you know that becomes the rhythm, the way you would talk that, it becomes the rhythm for the music of the song. You get what I'm saying? So if you can't talk it, this is a motto, folks. If you can't talk it, you can't sing it.
Oh, okay. So how has songwriting evolved for you? How has it changed?
It hasn't changed. It's just come through different styles, age groups, from, you know, the old Irish stuff I used to listen to and gypsy stuff and all that to skiffle to America. You know, it's just been such a big trip, really, like bluegrass, you know, into Louisiana, oh man, there's just so much great music around that you can't even take it all in. That's what I love about it. You know, I'm influenced by all styles. I like anything that's good, you know, and it's got a dance feel to it.
So when you're going to perform, what do you actually listen to before you go and perform? Like, you say you're in the car or the bus and you're on the way to a venue. Do you listen to anything, or do you listen to anything in particular?
No, I don't. The radio's usually on, some, you know, with Sirius Radio, and that's good enough for me. The Stevie Van Zandt's Underground thing and Howard Stern, both of which I know quite well, and I like them, and you know, they're doing a good thing with Sirius Radio. So I love that music that they put in. They've got the same taste as me, you know, absolutely the same. And so I listen to that, really. And I don't, you know, if I was ever in a place, like I went boating last week, if I'm ever in a place with just a couple of CDs or, you know, a few downloads of something, it's usually ethnic music like country, you know, like I said, you know, country music, great players, or to soul, to whatever. It's good, authentic music, and a lot of instrumental music too. I listen to a lot of gypsy jazz, Django Reinhardt, up to Wes Montgomery, up to all sorts of styles of guitar, because I like to just listen to music and not just lyrics or songs. You know what I mean? I like the quality of the playing.
So do you ever like put on like the hat and sunglasses and just go to like a small bar in New Orleans and listen to the locals play?
I have done. But I mean, I've usually been taken down there with other people, so you don't get to hide in the back. But in those days, of course, we got a lot of attention, so it was a little bit more difficult. But yeah, of course, we would be taken out. You know, we met up with the Meters, who was a band that backed all those great songs at Alan Toussaint's studio, where we recorded Venus and Mars. And we were taken out, and we would go up, and they'd get us up to jam maybe once or twice, you know, and they were just great friends at the time, showing us their town and you know, eating their food and all that stuff. So it was a really great experience. So all those different places have different music, is what I'm saying, and I like to go to all those different places and soak it in, because it's people's music, you know, it's dance music. I love it.
So what did you grow up listening to? I know that you're very influenced by Buddy Holly.
I am. Little things. Yes, I am in some senses. It was the first guitar lyricist, and only 22 years old or something. I couldn't believe the amount he put out in 2 years. Who wrote his own material and played guitar. and had a band, and he had a few hits. And I used to like the fact that he did that. So it was his own music too. It's like very, very original stuff to me. Very ballsy, original stuff. So he was kind of him and the Eddie Cochrans of the day. But prior to that, it had been Django Reinhardt. It had been, the jazz players in the early days and the gypsy jazz. Because I kind of do have roots in that myself, being from that part of Europe. So I always loved that kind of music. And again, I love Indian music. I love, Irish music. I like any music. And so I soak it all in and try to go as many places as possible. Because that way you meet all their best musicians. That's the true buzz, You know what I mean? Like Ravi Shankar. It's all that. Anyway.
So you played in all kinds of bands. What is the synergy of the musicians and the synergy of the different ideas? And how do you balance all that conflict out?
Synergy. Is synergy what you have when you're not... Yes, I'm a synergy. I'm a sinner. Is that what I am? A synergy? Well, that's a bit of a long word for me. You'll have to explain yourself there. What do you mean, like the likeness between?
Well, yeah, it's sort of the fusion of all these people becoming sort of one unit.
Yes, the fusion being that's what music is. It's the fusion. It's just putting all different styles together and see what comes out. Because the more you integrate, it's like one world instead of 20 countries. It's like you're all together and you'll share all of you've got, and it's that much more powerful. You're fighting for yourselves and loving each other for sharing, and that's the same with music. That's what I try to do, So it's not. If they're good musicians, it's not hard to work and enjoy being with these people and get stuff out, because you got to just keep the energy going of music. I hate that you're having a fight to keep it in schools and stuff like that. So I'm fighting for that too. That's one of my big causes right now. But yeah, it's all about being creative with a group of friends and being positive and saying we're going to make a living out of this, whatever it takes. And you can. I mean, it's not that hard. You don't have to be that good. I mean, look at me.
I want to move to a place where it's a little less noisy, so hold on. We'll be right back.